What a crazy old year for Tottenham. The EPL's lowest club above the relegation zone, but through to the final of the Europa League, where they'll take on Man United.
Well, they beat the world's super powerhouses, Bodo Glimt, from the Arctic Circle, Norway, which pretty much sums up the Europa League. And there's a big investigation now because there is really talk of how does a team, two teams in a league that are coming 16th and 17th, arrive in a major European final. That's discussion for another day. If you're a Tottenham fan, who cares? They haven't had a trophy for 17 years.
Yeah.
But it literally is two sides that have been so poor.
Well, somebody described it as the worst two finalists in history.
It would be. I mean, Spurs have had their worst Premier League season. They've lost 20 games, and they'll still lose another game. I think they'll lose at Aston Villa. But this has kept Ange going, and he's got the famous comment where he said, I always win trophies in my second year, and he may just achieve that because really in this final, Dan, boys, you could flip a coin. I got no idea who's going to win this game. Whoever turns up on the day, because if you judge them purely on the Premier League, then it's a disaster.
Yet the prize is so huge. So do you maintain that even should he win this, Ange won't maintain the job?
No, I can't say that with any surety. Mind you, I can't say much with any surety. But anyway, I'll say it anyway. There's a lot that say yes. You can't get rid of him. If he delivers Champions League football, which is massive and a massive financial windfall for the club. But then on the other hand, you've got the fans that say, well, that's great, but we're going into the Champions League, we'll have another Premier League and we've lost 20 or how many games they're going to lose. So there's two ways to look at it. I think if he delivers the Champions League, he deserves to at least start next season. Whether he will...
How do football fans view any silverware, right?
Yeah.
You just said they beat a team that... I've never heard of. They sound like a medical condition.
That's
the team
it,
they beat.
Glimt.
Right. So how would the fans...
I love the way you say it.
They all play with the tobacco out there, right? Norwegians, Scandinavians.
It is a medical condition.
Sure, I played with Norwegians, and
but you hear
Klaus Lundkvist, who was our captain at Southampton, he used to play with it up there.
But in football, everything is defined by silverware. It doesn't matter what silverware. We're in the Charity Shield, it's silverware.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if this was the Carabao Cup, maybe even the FA Cup, because Tottenham sacked Jose Mourinho a week before the FA Cup final. They're obviously not going to do this with Ange, but this is a bigger prize than... The only bigger prize is the Premier League title and obviously the Champions League, because this gets you into the Champions League.
I've been fascinated by Ange and his work with the media. I'm not sure whether I preferred the aggressive or the defensive Ange when he's with the media. He was certainly putting his case for being kept on when he spoke this week.
You can't dismiss the fact that I've also had to change pretty much everything at the club in terms of playing style, in terms of the squad. It's not like I took over a team that finished third. It was constantly in that. The year before I took over, we were 8th. We weren't even in Europe, Like I said, I could have been sitting here 5th last year, 5th this year. Okay, maybe people wouldn't be waiting for the white smoke to see if it's my last one, but they'd still be saying, Ange, that's great, but that's all been done before. Until this club wins something, then you haven't really made an impact.
And get the Chicago Pope in.
Robbie, he just said, I've had to change the style. What has he changed to their style?
Well, they had Conte before, who's known more as a defensive coach, where Ange is much more expansive. And the theory with why it's failed at Tottenham is because the Premier League is not Scotland. There's no disrespect to the Scottish League, but basically, if you finish above Rangers, you're champions. It's a two-team competition. Everyone knows that. No one outside of... Since 1987, when Sir Alex Ferguson was there, that's the last time anyone outside of Rangers or Celtic won the Scottish League, and the level of the Premier League is by far the best league.
So it has been, hasn't it, a roller coaster for the fans?
But it's unbelievable.
Obviously.
The fans, one week they hate him, the next week they love him, and it's just been like that also.
We've heard a variety of songs from the fans throughout the year, and I love this because I'm trying to work out if they're up or down at the moment. This is the latest song. Have a listen. God love them.
God love them, man. And that's it with the Spurs fans. They have not won a trophy in 17 years. And if he delivers this, not only does he give him the trophy, Dan, he
The Champions
books him in
League.
the Champions League next season.
So if he
Maybe
gets
Ange
tipped out-
should go down the path of Jose Mourinho, who came up with this when asked how he selected his Fenerbahce team.
I have 25 coins. I threw the coins to the air. The ones that stay on the table are the players that play. The ones that go on the floor, they go on the bench. I do it just like this. During the week, I'm having fun. I go to nightclubs every day in Istanbul, everywhere. And then when it's to choose the team, I threw the coins with the players' faces. The 11 that stay on the table are the 11 that play. It's simple.
That explains my career. I was always my column was always on the floor move. Unbelievable.
Thanks to the Mick Malthouse Media School. I treat a question with complete contempt.
I guess when you've been everywhere and you've won everything, you get to do that.
Yeah.
You know?